Hey there, Market Monday time. It's October 20th. Thanks for joining me. Before we get started, take a second, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so that you're always in the know when it comes to local real estate here on Hilton Head Island. We always start off with inventory, the supply side of the equation. So far this year, we've brought 2,363 new listings to the market. That's 38 new ones over the last week. A year ago at this point, we were at 2,206, so we're 7% higher now than where we were a year ago. Look back 5 years, October 20th, 2020, we had 3,044 new listings come to the market, so we're 22% lower now than where we were just 5 years ago. That's new product coming to market. If we look at just what's available, the inventory that's available right now, if you were to come to town, there's 870 properties for sale. It's exactly the same as it was last week. Back in 2024, October 20th, 2024, a year ago, it was 897. So we're 3% lower than where we were at this point last year. Look back 5 years ago, it was 1,393. So we're 38% lower from an inventory perspective than where we were on October 20th, 2020, 5 years ago. That is the inventory side, the supply side of the equation. The demand side, the sales side, this is what it looks like. Properties going under contract, 1,671 so far this year. That's 26 over the past week, pretty slow week. If we look back a year ago to October 20th, 2024, it's almost the same. Right now we're at 1,671. A year ago it was 1,672. So pretty much the same. If we do look back though 5 years ago, on October 20th, 2020, it was 2,963. So there's 44% less properties coming to market this year as we had 5 years ago. Now to closed sales, we've had 1,610 properties closed so far this year. That's 27 in this past week. Compare that to a year ago, it was 1,656. So we have had 2.8% less sales so far this year than we did compared to a year ago. And if we again look back 5 years, October 20th, 2020, it was 2,629. So we're 39% lower than where we were just 5 years ago. Absorption rate, this is, if nothing else comes on the market, how long would it take for us to consume our existing inventory? Why is this important? Well, most scholars talk about real estate being a buyer's market, seller's market, or a neutral market. The shorthand for that is less than 6 months is a seller's market. 6 months is a neutral market. More than 6 months is a buyer's market of inventory. Right now we're sitting at 5 months. We've been sitting at 5 months for quite a few weeks now. If we jump back to a year ago, so October 20th, 2024, it was at 5.1 months. So pretty close to where we are right now. And if we look back 5 years ago, October 20th, 2020, it was at 4.5 months as opposed to the 5 months that we're sitting at right now. So we are in a seller's market and pretty stable seller's market right now. Days on the market jumped to 81 this week, up from 75 is what we reported last week. A year ago, on October 20th, 2024, we were at 87, so 6 days less, or 6.9% lower right now than we were a year ago. And on October 20th, 2025 years ago, it was 145 days. 145 days. So we're 44% lower than that 145 days right now. Again, sitting at 81 days is the average amount of time it takes for a property to go under contract. How does this all affect your property value? The median sale price for property on Hilton Head Island right now, $739,900. It dipped a little bit since last week. A year ago, that number was $709,850, so 4.2% appreciation over the last 12 months. If we look back 5 years, the number was $408,650. Again, the current number is $739,900. We're 81% higher than where we were 5 years ago. The market's gone up 81%, or the median sale price has gone up 81% in the last 5 years. So just a quick wrap up, inventory is down 3%. Sales are down 2.8%, so just about 3%, so that remains in balances. Prices are up 4.2%, and absorption rate is sticking steady with that 5 months. We're in a seller's market. If you are a seller, just know it's taking a little longer to sell right now. Properties or buyers are sensitive to price right now. Get your property price realistically. When you put it on the market at the right price, market the hell out of it, get it to stand out, and it'll sell. There's plenty of buyers out there right now. If you're a buyer, you know now you have more choice and negotiating power than you have had in recent years. And I'm telling you now, mark my words, this is as good as it's gonna get. It's gonna get more competitive and more competitive as the months goes on and the interest rate drops come. We can see it, there is pent up demand. In September, we had that slight adjustment and we had a whole bunch of sales as a result of that quarter point adjustment in September. They're probably going to adjust again here in another couple weeks. Expect another flurry of activity. And as those interest rates come down, those buyers are going to flood the market. And if you wait, buyer, what's going to happen is you're going to be negotiating the price, the closing price, with a seller and 2 other buyers. And that's no way to be negotiating. News this week, the shutdown continues. It really hasn't affected closings yet, but it's probably going to soon, because the main problem in our market is the issuance of flood insurance. That's a national program, and that is being affected. One workaround that many people are using right now is you can get private flood on the private market. So again, in a nutshell, the shutdown, the government shutdown, hasn't really affected our sales yet, but it would be hard to believe that this continues for another couple weeks and it doesn't have an impact, but no impact yet. Interest rates this week dipped a little bit. Beginning of the week, they were around 6.3. They ended the week around 6.25-ish. So slight drop on the 30-year, slight drop on the 15-year. Remember that the Federal Reserve is going to be meeting October 28th and 29th, and everybody's expecting another at least quarter point cut coming out of that, and then probably one more additional before the end of the year. That'll put our 30-year most likely under 6%. So anything starts with a 5, we're gonna see a lot of people move back into the market. Those of you that have been tracking, those of you that watch this every week, and I hope you do, you know, I talked a little bit about the Hilton Head short-term rental ordinance last week. Thanks for all your comments. Even you haters that said nasty things to me, I appreciate the fact that you commented. Thanks. And those of you that asked to be removed from the list, I removed you, no problem. Again, Fed meeting October 28th, 29th. We'll see you next week. Tune in then. Have a great week.